Hey, what's going on? I want to talk about the Talil Wajid product that I use, the Tight Hold. The Tight Hold is one of the products that I use only on mature dreadlocks. I only use it on mature dreadlocks because at that point the dreadlock has a lot more weight. It needs a little more uh, aggression, as the word I want to use. Something that's going to give a little more hold to the lock and help train as well. But I don't want anything that's going to be clotty to the scalp or be more of a gel consistency to start the hair, or add alcohols or different levels, and have side effects like buildups or different things of the sort. So what I do is I take my comb, and I like to use carbon combs or really hard rubber combs because that really gets in there and does not break the hair. It works well with the hair, as well as it doesn't break when you actually get into some of those coarser or tighter hairs. Come on this side. As you can see, I just basically put my solution in my comb, combing into my hair as I go. And you may not see that there's nothing here, but once I begin my palm roll, you will see how much product is in there. Now you can twist it and you'll see a whole lot, and sometimes I'll show you. And you may see more of that format. But what I do is I go back and I wipe a good portion of that off. I don't want to keep all of that on there. It's no point of having just smashed up hair with just product just caked on top. That's going to get under the dryer, and those two textures, your hair texture and that product texture, they're not going to mix. That's going to sit directly on top of that hair, and it's going to begin to dry on top of that hair and begin to form a film or a base. And next thing you know, you have a buildup. You have oily films or different other things going on in there, and then the hair begins to thin and break. A whole list of line of side effects, which does not work. Comb that product in smoothly. If you're going to spray in a product, as you see that the scalp is open, you take your product, shake it up well, and get through the hair. You don't just sit in one section and apply your product. So apply a balanced to general amount of product and comb it in and work it well. You don't take this. You don't need this for nothing. What is this gonna do for you? Seriously, I've never ever used that. And again, that's the Talil Wajid Tight Hold. She has other versions of that out there, but I like the Tight Hold only because it doesn't come in that gel base. She has that I think it's called Lock It Up. That's the other one she has, but it has a little more gel consistency. I didn't see it do a build up or a flake or anything when I used it, but still, my preference to hair care, I like to use more of this consistency of a product. You see that it allows me to move through the hair easily. My client's not ouching, the hair is not snagging. Coming in on a proper balanced regimen every 3 to 4 weeks, cleaning that hair, shampooing that hair, and conditioning that hair, you won't have issues where the hair is going to start going together, or the locks will start snapping, or the hair will just do all kinds of things. Miss Gwen, how long have you been going this hair?
Since 2003.
This is 12, so almost 10 years next year. Okay, and this is not a negative thing against Miss Gwen, but she is an older woman, so the porosity levels in her hair are different from those of you that are younger. So holding on to this level of weight for 10 years and not having mass amount of breakage and different things. She goes to work every day. She's a nurse, so the hairs always have to be swept up, pulled back, or something different. We cannot use harsher or heavy products just to get the mold or just to train the hair in ways that we need it to be trained. As you can see, I'm not associating too much tension on top of a light product. On top of something that I know is going to work, that I don't have to put an astronomical amount of product on here just to make it go. Like Johnny, he late for his appointment. But find your balance, find your technique in this, and adding your product. I like to use the comb because the comb does not hold on to too much. You see, it works very well. It works right on in, and this is with braiding, this is with my rope twist, my natural styling, my shampooing, everything fits in the palm of my hand. If it cannot fit in the palm of my hand, that is too much. I don't need a rock hill or a mountain, a product to make something happen, unless that hair is dirt filthy and we doing some kind of odor change or something. Other than that, it's not that serious. Oh, man, that hair stinks sometimes. It stinks. Ugh. It is annoying, but it stinks. But just wanted to show you products using the right amount. And I'm going to show you the finished. Well, you've seen every finished outcome that I've ever done. This is how we do it. For all my people that don't know what the hell they're doing, when they're doing their locks and they're doing their installations, education, and everything, I want to talk about you really quickly. My boy, this is all he got in a year. He has dryness, he has other scalp issues, he has breakage, he has a number of things that are going on here that as a stylist, whether you consider yourself professional or whatever adjective you want to use, should not have happened. This is a process gone wrong. Like you can see here how he's missing hair here. You can see here how they stretched him out. And how do you go from a thick base to a thin root? That's backwards. That didn't make any sense to me. So then also again we're going to talk about how they stunted the growth and did not give him proper moisturization, proper education to keep the scalp stimulated for growth and everything else. That's a big issue for taking money for every position that you are in as a cosmetologist or someone standing behind someone with a comb and the inclination that you know what you're doing or what's going on. You really don't. You can look at this head and see that just from standing here, and I haven't even said anything about how we're going to fix it, that this is a hell no. Seriously. So to put someone in this position just to me makes no sense. So what I've been educating him on to do, as I would tell anyone else that's in this position, you have to put the levels of moisturization back into the hair. You have to balance it out. If you're going to do levels of if you're going to do levels of styling or different processes like that, you have to know that everything comes with a side effect, everything comes with a risk or a possibility. So you have to fix it, whether you want to or not. So interlocking, that a lot of people feel like, oh, that's just going to lock my hair right now, is not working for you. You are snatching the hell out of the hair and it is falling off. So if you see that this is happening, if you hear breakage, if you feel breakage, put it down. Stop. Just chill out. Because this is not that serious. And this is like I've seen thousands of heads that look like this. So people, we gotta cut this out. Seriously. From froze, flat ironing natural hair, cutting it, quick weaves, whatever. Whatever's putting you in this position, we got to sit down on this one. This is not what's up. Hey, what's going on, people? A number of people have asked about shampooing of your starter locks. We started these locks, I think the last visit, yes. And she came in today, and we did a very, very light shampoo. Using good products, good substantial products in this phase or form of your locking is important, because at this point the shampoo is going to do a good portion of the work. You're not going to do as much scratching, or you're not going to really get in there and work that shampoo as you would normally do, on a normal basis when the locks are more mature, or you're just using a throw or whatever. And the first time, what I like to do is what I call like the domino effect. For those that ever play dominoes, you just pretty much swish it around, get it going in good, but letting it work itself in, so I leave it in a little bit longer. Conditioning process is very mandatory, because this hair is doing something totally different that it's not used to doing. It's holding on to those hairs that it would normally let fall off, so you have a lot of dead hairs just sitting at this point. So I give major conditioners, and again I just let that shampoo do what it's going to do, giving 2 deep cleansing clarifying shampoo, going back and just massaging through a moisturizing shampoo that keeps the scalp shiny on a natural moisturization level without all that extra stuff. You shouldn't have to polish and cream and souffle and spritzer and every morning wake up ritual just to keep your hair where you need it to be. If you're using the right products in the right way, you'll be able to do it. In this process, especially in the beginning, you'll be able to notice when it's time to actually start scratching a little more, or start, digging in there a little more to get, to do more things to make yourself and your scalp feel better, when you do your shampoos, because we all like to scratch. We all do. That just makes us pat our feet like little puppies. So, in this process, again, you just have to kind of use a sense of judgment going in, paying attention to the hair, how it's locking up, how mature it is, what kind of shampoos you're using, and your method of working it in. Again, allow it to sit there, allow it to, penetrate that hair. The next time, add a little more attention. As time goes on, you see that the buds are thickening and they're stronger. Then you go in and you start scratching and swishing around and dancing and doing all of that stuff that you prefer to do. You want to put a hot towel on your face at the time. Hey, spa yourself up. That's your business. But don't scratch the first time. It's going to take them straight out. They may look fuzzy. You may look like you have a little afro with knots on the end. Pick those knots back out. Clean that part back up. As so. Twist that hair down evenly, even when it's thin or thick. You still want to have a congruent twist and go on about your business.